Hello students. In the last session we were talking about the unary operators or unary operation. In this session let us continue with the binary operation. These are the operations that are performed on your tables. Okay. So which are the binary operations that we have talked about in the last class? The union, the set difference and Cartesian product. Let us go in detail about the union and the difference. Cartesian product will just give the definition as it is not so important from the point of view of the examination. Let us not trouble our minds with that. So first let us go for the first operation, that is the union operation. Now you have already learned about this in your mathematics, arithmetic sets theory, union, intersection, all these things, right? So here also the union operation is represented by a U. A binary union operation, it represents the binary union operation between the two given relations. It represents union operation between two given relations. So and it is denoted by the symbol U. What happens in this is similar as to your set. It selects all the records. Here we are not going to call it as records but as tuples. It selects all the tuples that is in relation with R and S. That is, if you have two tables R and S, or we can also call it as A and B. It gives you all the relations or the records that are present in between your two tables common. So it can either be a database relation or a result set, whatever it is. For an union operation, both the relations must be compatible. That is, both relations, if you are talking about A and B, both the relations must have same number of attributes, and also attributes must have same name in both relations, and the domains must be compatible, Now you already know what do you mean by a domain, what do you mean by an attribute. The column heading is known as an attribute and all the values in that particular column is known as a domain. And you have to remember that duplicate tuples, that is, if the two records are of the same value, then they will be eliminated, they will not be considered. Now let us consider two tables, project A and project B. A project A has got an employee code, employee name. Project B has employee code, employee name. This is what you meant by your attribute, employee code and employee name in project A. First table, employee code and employee name in the second table also should be the same, and also the values should be compatible. Now if you are saying the resultant relation, now we are talking about the union operation, so we are going to say project A union project B of employees. It gives you the table, it gives you this table. How many records are here? Arun, Bhavya, Jeevan, Chetan and Sarika. And Chetan and Sarika, totally 3, 4, 5 employees are here, and here there are 4 employees. So totally that makes up 9 employees. But again here Chetan and Sarika are repeated in this. So minus 2. What does it make? There are 7 records. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So totally 7 records or tuples are displayed to you. This is what you mean by a union operation. The next one is your set difference operation. This operation gives you the tuples or the records which is present in one relation but which is not present in the second relation. That is, it has to be present in both the relations. That is what is given by a set difference. So the syntax will be relation A minus relation B. This is the symbol operator that you represent. So it finds all the tuples that are present in relation A but not in relation B. So if you are going to give the syntax for this, we are going to say pi emp name project A minus pi emp name of project B. So what does it do? It gives all the names that are present in project A but should not in project B. So what is present here? See, this is your A and this is your B. Arun, Bhavya, Jeevan, Chetan, Sarika. But Chetan and Sarika are present in B also. So these two will be left out. Only these three names will be displayed. That is what you mean by your set difference, which is present in the relation A but which is not present in relation B. This is your set difference. And next is your intersection. Again, it selects all the common tuples from the two relations, that is which is present in both the tables, and again it is represented by this symbol. So the intersection of project A and project B, it will return a relation having tuples that is common or that is present in both project A and project B. So if you are going to say project A intersection project B, then that will give you only Chetan and Sarika because they are the only ones who are present in both. Okay, so this is what you mean by your intersection. And again there is one more operation, that is the join operation. This is used to combine the records. This operation is used to combine the records from two or more tables of a database. So join clause, there is a clause by the name of join. This will combine the two fields from the two tables. There are two different types of join clauses. Mainly there are two types, that is your inner join and outer join. And in this again you have different types, that is natural join or equi-join and theta join and Cartesian join. This works on matched records. If the records are matching, only then it will work on. And again you have outer join. It again works on your unmatched records. That is left outer join, right outer join and full outer join. These are the different types of joins you have. So when you are talking about the Cartesian product, that is the next operation, right? So when you are talking, these are the things that takes place, that is the joins. Cartesian join or the cross join, you can also call it as a cross join. It returns the Cartesian product of the sets of the records from two or more joined tables. There are different operations in this. I think let us go through this when we have come to the theory class. I feel that, but I'll just give you in brief, I'll just explain to you what you mean by that. So when we are saying Cartesian product, we have talked about here the natural joins, your equi-joins, theta join, Cartesian join. That is what you are going to learn in this. Natural join means it does not use any comparison operator, and it is performed when at least one common attribute exists between the relationships. For example, you have a table by the name of employee, and then you have an EMP code and EMP name in one table. Okay, and you have one more table by the name of salary, and again you have your EMP code and salary here. Okay, so remember EMP code and EMP code in both employee and salary, you have a common attribute here. Then it works. We can say employee versus salary. That is employee versus salary. This is what you mean by a natural join. This is the symbol for a natural join. Natural join. Then again it will give you EMP code, EMP name and salary. It will combine these three columns together and give you. And you have your outer join. What happens in this is inner join includes only the tuples with matching attributes, like what we had done now, just now in the Cartesian natural join, right? But the rest will be removed. Whereas if you want to join this also, then we use your outer joins. And again in this you have your left outer join. Left outer join. For example, if you have two tables R and S, it is represented as, see, this is your left outer join. Again in the same way, if you want your right outer join, you give it in this way. This is your right outer join. Okay, so all the tuples of the left relation are included in the resulting relation. So if there is a multiple records or tuples in R without any matching records in the S, then the S attributes are made null. So just give an example so that you understand better. For example, you have one table department. In this you have your department code and department name. Okay, this is 2, and you have some values D1, D2. This is your physics, chemistry, maths, computer science, something D3, D4. Okay, and you have one more HOD, one more table HOD. You have your department code and HOD name D1, D5, D3, D6. You have the names here. So what happens when you give your outer join, left outer join, department, remember we give the symbol, this is your left outer join and HOD. If you give this, then it will show you the department code, department name, again department code and HOD name. See, now here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 columns, right? Here also you will be having 4 columns. But what happens in this is D1 physics, right? Everything that is present in the left will be there. So D1, D2, D3, D4. Okay, physics, chemistry, mathematics and computer science. And here D1 is present, which is there. You have a name here, and D5, which is not present here, so that is left a blank. And again you have D3 is present here, so you mention D3 and give the name. And again D6 is not there, so you are leaving it as a blank here. Okay, this is what happens. Only this will be D1, D2, D3, D4. D1 is present, D3 is present. Only this will be displayed in your left outer join. And again in the right outer join. Right outer join, you have as we said, the symbol, this is your ES, right? So all the tuples of the right relation S are included in the resulting relation, and if there are any tuples in S which does not match the tuple in the R, then the R attributes of the resulting relation are made null. Now for example, let us go for the same table that you have, that is your department code, department name, department code and HOD name. Right? So you have D1, you have physics. You have code, the HOD name. And DC now. D1, D5, D3, D6. Okay. So D1, D5, D3, D6 is present in the second table, that is the S table that you have. But here D2 is not there, so D2 is left blank in the table. This is left as blank. And again D3 is present, so you give it as D3 and mathematics. Again D4 is not there, so it is a blank. So all the tuples in the right join will be there, and if the same thing, if it is present in the left join, that will be present. If it is not there, then it will be left as a blank. This is what you mean by your right outer join. And next is your full outer join. Full outer join, again here left and right, both right and left you have, so that is your full outer join. Both whatever is present in A and B or R and S will be there in the resulting relation. So if you go for your department versus HOD, you have your department code, you have your department name, and again you have your department code, and you have your you have the HOD name. Right? So D1 physics, D1 you have a name, D2 chemistry, D2 is not present here, then D3 maths, D3 you have a name here, D4 computer science, you don't have anything here, D5 D5 is present here, the name, nothing here, there's a name here. Okay, these are the names which is present. This doesn't contain anything, this doesn't contain anything. Here you have names. Okay, and then D6 doesn't have anything, here you have a name here. So the complete table will be present. So this is what you mean by your full outer join. This ends your operations on your database tables. In the next session, let us talk about the data warehousing and data mining, and let us stop this session now. Thank you.